On the morning of May 21st, 2026, the NASCAR world was deep into preparations for the upcoming Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte. Then, word broke that two-time Cup Series champion Kyle Busch had been hospitalized. Within hours, the news turned catastrophic. Busch was dead at 41. The speed of his passing created a jarring contrast for fans. Just a day earlier, his wife Samantha had posted a cheerful family photo online, giving no hint of the emergency to come. This sudden information vacuum was immediately filled by low-credibility spam sites. Within hours, the internet was flooded with death hoax articles and contradictory reports that only added to the confusion. It raised a question that seemed impossible to answer. How does a world-class athlete, someone monitored by elite medical teams, drop dead with no warning? To find the answer, we have to look past the internet noise and return to a specific afternoon at Watkins Glen, the moment the first signs of physical trouble appeared on the team radio. The timeline begins on May 10th at the Watkins Glen road course. Near the end of the race, Busch radioed into his crew with a direct request. He asked them to find veteran track doctor William Heisel, telling the team he would need a shot the moment he finished. Broadcasters noted that Busch had been struggling with a persistent sinus cold throughout the week. To understand why that matters, look at the physical toll of this specific track. Drivers at Watkins Glen face intense G-forces and rapid elevation changes that exert massive pressure on the body. As the G-forces climb, they physically compress the respiratory and cranial cavities. For a driver already fighting an infection, this environment forces the body into a state of extreme biological stress. While a sinus cold is usually minor, pushing that compromised system through the punishing conditions of professional motorsport acted as the catalyst for a rapid physical decline. 5 days later, on May 15th, Busch arrived at Dover Motor Speedway. Despite his health issues, his performance remained elite. He put on a clinic in the Truck Series race, leading most of the laps on his way to a dominant victory. Afterward, he offered a prophetic comment, telling reporters you never know when the last one is. Proudly, he admitted he was still not great, noting that his cough had become substantial. By May 20th, Busch was in North Carolina for a testing session inside a high-tech simulator. During the session, he suddenly became unresponsive. He was pulled from the simulator and rushed to a hospital in Charlotte. Sports medicine experts explain that when an athlete's immune system is completely drained, a minor ailment can shift into something much more dangerous. One specific risk is frontal sinus breachal sinus wall. If the infection spreads to the membranes surrounding the brain, it can trigger acute meningitis, a condition that can turn fatal in a matter of hours. The simulator collapse was the breaking point of an 11-day biological cascade, the moment his exhausted body could no longer hold the infection at bay. While the exact clinical details remain a private family matter, officially labeled only as a severe illness, the timeline from Watkins Glen to Dover offers the clearest picture of his decline. The news triggered an immediate wave of shock across NASCAR. Former rivals like Dale Earnhardt Jr. spoke of their grief, remembering Busch as a rare talent who defined his era of the sport. Fans organized their own tribute, flooding his family's IVF charity with donations of exactly $18.08, a nod to the car numbers he made famous over 26 years. His final act, fighting for a win while visibly ill, reflected the rowdy persona he'd spent 2 decades building, proving his commitment to the track went well beyond professional obligation. Ultimately, Kyle Busch's final 11 days are a reminder of human fragility. It shows that even a champion at the height of his powers is still bound by the absolute limits of biology.